Hello and welcome to my channel. Firstly, I would like to say how much I appreciate the positive feedback on my first video last week, the Jacob Frye drawing time-lapse. If you haven't checked that out and you'd like to, there's a link to it in the description below. Based on that video, someone asked me to talk about the pencils I use and the differences between the brands. So in today's video, we'll compare the Prismacolor Premier and the Faber Castell Polychromos colored pencils. As you can see, I have sets of both here. Let's get started then, shall we? The first and most important aspect we'll talk about is the base. The Prismas are wax-based, whereas the Polychromos are oil-based, which means they have a different type of binder. The binder, as its name implies, holds the pigment together and allows it to be spread on the drawing surface. Wax pencils have a drawback though. There is a potential for wax bloom and build-up. This occurs when the binder starts to evaporate and move to the surface, creating a white residue. However, you just have to wipe it away with a dry cloth or a tissue. Oil pencils don't leave that kind of residue, so you don't have that problem with the Polychromos. It's good to know the base of your pencils to determine which solvents you can use to blend them. Rubbing alcohol, odorless mineral spirits and turpentine work better with the Prismas, while Faber-Castell recommends baby oil for the Polychromos. There is also one solvent that works great with both, called Zestit Pencil Blender. I prefer burnishing as a blending method though, which works with both brands but better with the Prismas. I won't talk more about blending now because I will make a video about blending techniques pretty soon, so stay tuned. Another aspect we'll discuss is pigmentation. The Prismas have a much softer core, so you don't have to apply as much pressure as you would with the Polychromos to get to rich, saturated colors. As a consequence, you have to sharpen the Prismas more often. You need to keep them sharp if you want to work on details so they won't get fuzzy. As for the Polychromos, you might need more layers if you don't intend to press too hard on your pencils. To sum it up, both brands are very capable of producing rich tones, so it's only a matter of time, layering and pressure to get a vibrant result. As it's important to take care of your pencils, we need to take into consideration their resistance to lead breakage. The Faber-Castell Polychromos are undoubtedly more resistant to lead breakage than the Prismas, since they have a harder lead. Their wax-based and very soft core make the Prismas a lot more vulnerable. There are many ways to avoid breakage. The way I do it has to do with sharpening. I don't find overly sharp pencils with really narrow tips a necessity, but if you do, be careful while sharpening them. Turn the sharpener around the pencil, not the other way around. I like to keep my pencils sharp, but not overly sharp. The wider the angle of the tip, the less is it prone to breakage, either during sharpening or afterwards. So the pencil sharpener I use has two holes with different diameters. Large diameter means wider angle, so I use the wider hole for the Prismas and the narrower for the Polychromos. Also, try not to drop your pencils. The lead might not only break at the tip, but also somewhere inside the pencil shaft. Pencil build. The Prismas are a lot lighter than the Polychromos and they feel cheaper in appearance. Don't be fooled by the looks though, they're really high quality pencils. On the other hand, the Faber-Castell Polychromos have a smoother surface and premium quality design. Lastly, the price. The Prismas set with the most pieces, 150, is about £95, so it would be £0.63 per pencil, which is pretty cheap for their quality. The Polychromos are the more expensive choice. A Faber-Castell Polychromos set of 120, and not the set with a fancy box, no, sadly, costs about £160, so a pencil would be £1.33, double what the Prismas cost. In conclusion, both are high-quality pencils with rich pigments and vibrant colors. If you're thinking which brand to get, of course it's a matter of preference and budget, but know that you can't go wrong with either. Thank you for watching and see you next time.